Okay, so first of all, let's start with high level what it is. So MMMs, what they are, these are causal inference models. And so what causal inference models aim to do is they try to estimate the cause and effect relationship between different entities. So let's take like a real life scenario here. Let's say you were late for work. Was it because you woke up late, or was it perhaps because there was a traffic jam? That itself was caused by some upper funnel issues, right? So was it that traffic accident, or was it the heavy rain, or even further up the funnel? Was it like the low pressure system that moved in a couple days ago, or the traffic accident was caused by a text message, right? Like we could go back quite up the funnel, right? So this is what a causal inference model does, is it tries to, with some certainty, get a sense of the impact of each of these circles and how much they impact your lateness for work. So to help us model this with certainty, what we do is we'd have you go into work late several times, and basically, if you want to step back to the last slide real quick. Yeah, we turn these circles on and off to get a sense of like which ones are contributing the most. And yeah, this being marketing, uh, I'm sure you're hearing me say the word funnel, and you can probably see where this is going. Next slide, please. Uh, MMMs, they're basically the same exact thing. These are the same models, but all we do is we change what's in the circle. So instead of you being late, we want to figure out what's driving sales or signups or whatever KPI that you're optimizing for. Instead of your alarm clock time being the cause, we're looking at seasonality or your digital media spend or macroeconomic things, right? So what I say to our clients is really anything that could be measured that we think has an effect on your business, we can include that in the causal path. So that's high level, what an MMM is. And so now I want to talk about how it works. And actually, Kristen, could you just click through everything on this slide? I think it'll be easier to talk through it. All right. So on the left here, I built another causal model like we had on the first slide, where on this one, we have our media spend in yellow. So we have TV, Google Ads, and Facebook. And then in baseline, I'm just going to capture everything else in baseline. So this would be, seasonality, macro factors, what have you. That's all going to be in baseline. So we want to see how these four things affect revenue. And the first step is what I have termed ROIs, like return on eyeballs. And so you can see below here, we have these lines going up and down. What they represent are, to the left, the circles. So we've got our channels going up and down in yellow. That's the impressions going up over time. And then we have baseline under that. And then finally, the pink to the right, that's your revenue going up and down. So what Meridian is doing with this first step, with the return on eyeballs, is it's looking at the ad impressions and how they change, go up and down over time. And it's asking, when more people saw ads on this channel, did sales go up? And then just the opposite. So when fewer people saw ads, when they saw fewer impressions on this channel, did sales go down? And so it's working to detect which of these media channels are truly driving that incremental lift, that is sales that would not have happened had those ads not been seen. So after it's done this, after it's done step one, then we bring in the cost of those ads, because not all these platforms cost the same. And here's where we get your traditional ROI, return on investment, or ROAS, where we look at the incremental dollars we get in return for that ad spend. So broadly speaking, these are the 1-2 of how Meridian works, how MMMs work.